My dear friends, dear brothers and sisters, I want to reveal you guys a simple truth, the ultimate truth, the thing which many don't want you to know. I mean, many, especially those in places of leadership or those who kind of control our minds. Believe me, there are people, right? What I want to tell you today is the thing that they keep away from you. It is the most sold currency, and it's the thing that keeps you on a leash. What differentiates those who've made it from those who've not made it is how attached you are to that leash, or who controls or who holds the leash at the other end of it. And that secret is knowing your spiritual self. We live in two forms. We live in the physical self and the spiritual self. Your medical doctor is a doctor of your physical self. Your marabu or your bolo man or your ode shipa is a doctor of your spiritual self. Religion is what gives you a color of your spiritual self, a domain where you say you belong. I'm Catholic, I'm Press, I am Muslim, I am Buddhist, I'm that, I'm this, all of that. But you realize that all along, your spiritual self is based on a definition, something else. And you always end up with a lot of questions. Today we have more questions about religion and spirituality than we've ever had before. Everyone is asking the question, who am I? Where do I belong? Why do I feel this way? Why do I talk this way? Why do I look this way? Why am I regarded this way? The answers to all of that is in you. Who is God? Why do I worship God? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do good die young? Why do these things hurt? All of these questions, we ask those questions. Why is this spiritually the bad? Why is this one good? How can people have such power over people? Listen, when anyone has power over your spiritual self, they have power over everything. Okay? Believe me. And that thing, that spiritual self is what is in it's your mind. It's guided by your mind. So once they are able to get your religious side and your education, they got you. Okay? In every part of the world. It doesn't matter. When Bob Marley talks of emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, it's because of that thing in the mind. Once your mind is being guarded, then everything about inside you, even your soul, you're done. You don't belong anymore. Someone owns you. Someone decides your future. Someone determines your way of growth. The moment you know your spiritual self, okay, is the moment you start to define your own very destiny. You're able to tell things and they happen to you, for you, with you. You're able to have that power to control the spirits around you. It's something that we all try to see how much of that we do have. It's a simple truth. The day they would ever tell you that your question about God is not far away from you. The answers are right in you. Because if God made man in his image, then imagine if we thought for once that God is in us. Okay? My God is in me. Your God is in you. So now, how you strengthen your spiritual self is your connection to your God. It is a belief that I see that if we have that belief, then it answers a lot of questions about God. God is sovereign. God is everything. But the moment that they take that God and put in an institution, they take that God out of you and put somewhere up in heaven. No, belongs to this church, to that domain, to that denomination, to that mosque. Then you yourself, you become weak because your God in you doesn't reside in you anymore. The day, let me put it this way, the day the African American or the black man looks at himself and believes that in me there is a God. In me is God. I am God. That's the day everything becomes different. Believe me. That's the day everything becomes different. The day we begin to look at ourselves and believe that in us there is more than we've been told, there is more than we've been defined, there is more than we're made to believe, there is more that has been misdefined about us, then believe me, that's how you talk of emancipating yourself from mental slavery. The moment we cut away those chains that depend on those definitions of the world that have been made by others that affect us. You know, if you were born, right, and you were told that you have a big head from the day you were born, you will grow up believing that you have a big head. You'll look at yourself in the mirror, you tell yourself, well, they were not wrong, I have a big head. That's the way it has been. For most of us, they've told us that we cannot make it. Where you come from, the way you grew, the people you've been around, the people you don't know, the people that know you, you can't be anything. But it's all a lie. Because they make you believe that that's all about you, that definition, and you grow up to fit in it. You tell yourself, well, I'm not known, I don't think no one ever believes in me, they don't think I can make anything, so might as well just go for mediocre. We settle for less. We give up too early. We believe that we're not that good. Listen, one thing I've known about us, about humans, about our bodies, is that we can adapt and adapt to anything, any form of strain. Do you know that you don't feel hungry until you start thinking that you have to eat? Do you know that? It's all in here. The day you begin to understand this, that's why there is no school that teaches you how to train your mind, how to train your soul, how to train your spiritual self. It's not about sleeping in churches and yelling amen, 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 or reading the entire Bible and the Quran and the Torah and all of that. It's none of that. Strengthening your spiritual self is being godly, doing good, being good. Do good not because you expect a reward. Do good because it is good to do good. Be nice, be happy. Make the world a better place in every form. Once you liberate yourself from all of that, you become a different person, you think different. Okay? And you become so different. People ask me so many times, oh, why do I talk a lot? Why do I share a lot of about my works? Seems I have no trade secrets. I said I own no secrets. Everything that we know today had been known before. It's probably not public. The more I give, the more I get. That's why our graveyards in Africa are known to carry the most knowledge. Because people have died with so many ideas. They were afraid to put them out there. Because they think that someone was coming to steal their ideas. No one steals your idea. No one steals your idea. No one. The stealing there was not meant to be. You were not meant to be it. It's serendipity. Once you get to know who you are inside, nothing bothers you anymore. You get to find purpose. You find truth. Truth. Truth is bad. That's why they say the truth is bitter, but it must be spoken. Truth hurts. So we've learned a lot of lies. A lot of the things that we know are lies. The things that we can confirm are truth are scientific